from San Francisco, California. This is the Rock and Roll Geek Show. This is the story of my rock and roll butler.
Welcome to the Rock and Roll Geek Show. My name's Michael Butler. Thanks a lot for joining me. I really appreciate it. Today is Monday, August 30th, 2021, and it is it's 1:34 when I'm recording this, 1:34 in the afternoon. This is day 30 of the Dog Days of Podcasting, where it looks like I am going to have one more day left of the Dog Days of Podcasting. I was going to say I completed it, but if I wreck my car tomorrow on the way home, I won't have completed it, so I'm not going to jinx myself. I'm attempting to do a show a day for the entire month of August, along with, as I've said many times, several other podcast legends. I'm sitting here, I'm on my phone, recording on Backpack. I'm sitting in the Treestand for one last time, looking down on the spot where that fateful event occurred. Right now there are two blue jays down there, a couple little Tweety birds, and I'm looking at I'm counting the game trails. A game trail is a trail made into the ground, worn into the ground by wild animals that walk across. I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 game trails just by this tree stand where I'm sitting on. The tree stand is about 20 feet up, maybe something like that, 18 feet up. Today is the last day up here in the mountain house, and I have to drive back tomorrow. I'm going to pick up the meat on the way home. Looking forward to that. Last night I cooked one of the tenderloins, and I shared the liver and hearts with my dogs. And the hearts were okay. I was told by a hunter friend who has way more experience than me that the person who kills the animal, you're required to eat the heart of the animal that you kill. So I did. I barbecued the heart up. It was okay. It was not the best thing I've had, but it was good. It was delicious enough. Cooked it on the Traeger grill. But the liver, however, was to die for. It was so delicious. Did not taste gamey at all. I don't know what people say that deer taste gamey. This one sure didn't. At least this liver didn't. And I also cooked up, I've cooked up some onions, so I had liver and onions, shared that with the dogs. The dogs absolutely loved it, of course. And then I cooked up one of the tenderloins on the grill as well, and that was also to die for. Just otherworldly compared to beef. So far the deer is treating me right. God bless the deer, the 6-point buck. May he rest in heaven, and God bless him for providing me with several good meals. So I'm picking up the deer from the processor tomorrow. Supposedly it's going to be ready. He said it was going to be ready, so I'm going to stop by and pick it up on the way home. And then I'll come home tomorrow and I'll record a show, and then I got to get ready to go to work, back to the grind on Wednesday. But it's been a great time up here this last Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So about 4 full days. Great time had, and what an experience. All right, well, that's about it. I'm going to play an audio comment. I'm not sure who this is from. Let's hear. Hello, caller.
The year 1983, January 21. The band.
I don't know who this is.
Van Halen. The tour, Hide Your Sheep Tour. Support of the Diver Down album.
I was at that show in Jacksonville, Florida.
Hey, Michael Butler. How are you doing?
I'm super great. Couldn't be better.
That's excellent. Just put things in perspective. Back in high school, I was seen as Mr. Van Halen. I breathed Van Halen. I drew Van Halen logos in all my notebooks. I wore t-shirts. I was breathing, living Van Halen. So when the tour was announced, this is the first Van Halen tour of South America.
I know who this is, but I have to go back and check to see who the name is.
3 or 4 of my buds, there's options. We have to go. So we went out and bought our tickets, and then One guy invites another. Next thing you know, we got a group of like 20 people going to this show.
Oh, tailgate.
I usually like to be in a rock show with a couple of my buds, and that's about it. So when there's a big group,
Nothing like tailgating a rock concert.
The girls are there to meet us and hang out, and so and so is interested in so and so. I'm like,
I remember it well.
I'm here to see Van Halen. Van Halen is not a dating show. You want dating shows, you go to Journey, you go to Coldplay.
But there's chicks at a Van Halen show, at least in the 70s.
So we're in a big group, and we get in the stadium. It's January. It's
cold.
Probably about 100 degrees inside that stadium. No air conditioning. Hot, sweaty. You got cigarettes. You got dope. You got stale beer smell. It's crowded. Everything's general admission. They probably sold way too many tickets than they should have. It's honestly how a rock show should actually be. But anyway, then all of a sudden the stage lights go down, and you hear, "Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the mighty Van Halen."
Yeah.
And right in they go into Romeo's Delight. Now you have that adrenaline rush. Everybody's pushing the stage. I mean, I'm a pretty big, strong guy, so I can hold my own. But the girls are like, didn't like it, and they said, "Hey, can you take us? Let's go to the back of the stadium." And I'm like, not going to happen. I'm 5 rows near the stage.
I know the feeling.
So the girls left.
They'll meet up with you later.
Hung out and
unless they meet up with Van Halen.
After Romeo Delight, we move into Unchained. Simply the best riff of rock and roll and the best riff of Van Halen.
Yes.
And that tone, that is just a fantastic song.
This is David Ivey, by the way.
And just when things are get going, boom, drum solo.
With the fire.
And after drum solo, they go into the full bug off the Diver Down album. I thought they kind of slowed things down just a little bit too much. But hey, you can't argue with the mighty Van Halen.
Hey, they do what they want.
Next song, slow build-up of Running with the Devil.
Was there a bass solo?
Boom, come in that bass solo. The drums, the guitar. Wow. Next, they go into Jamie's Crying. Van Halen
Arena Rock. Van Halen made Arena Rock fun.
By little guitars.
Then I would guess
just when things get cranking again, boom, they slow things down with another solo. Now it's Michael Anthony's bass solo.
There you go, yeah. With the
Michael Anthony,
Jack Daniels bass.
How many bass solos you really need?
Yeah, but his bass solo is fun.
They move over to Beer Drinkers and Hellraisers, a ZZ Top cover.
Oh, really? Huh.
And then into Little Dreamer off
Little Dreamer from the first one.
Now things are starting to really pick up a little bit here. Then they move into Mean Streak, the slow off Fair Warning.
Yeah.
A slow intro.
That guitar part is so great.
And they go a little poppy.
Dancing in the Streets?
By Dance the Night Away.
Dance the Night Away, yeah. My favorite Van Halen album.
And after that, they move into Somebody Get Me a Doctor.
One of my favorites.
Children First.
That is a rocker.
And then now they slow things down again with Cathedral.
Well, they did almost all of Diver Down.
The intro to Secrets, which is probably one of the most underrated songs. I love Secrets. And then over to Everybody Wants Some.
Everybody Wants Some too. That's a great one, man. Oh, everybody had a great time at that show.
And then stage lights go down.
It's
David Lee Roth
with a big speech.
What's coming. It's the Ice Cream Man. Stop when you're getting by. Stop me when you're keeping cool.
Better look at now, because Dave's got something for you. He also played that on a... No, I guess not on a...
And then the build-up for Oh Pretty Woman with Intruder, another solo.
Also in Diver Down, right?
And Oh Pretty Woman. And then that magical night of a Van Halen show.
You Really Got Me?
It's the solo.
Oh yeah, Eruption. Then You Really Got Me.
Now you can,
little Spanish Fly, then Eruption.
Solos, but nobody's going to walk out of Eddie Van Halen solo.
No.
In fact, I still remember the first time. What really hooked me to Van Halen? Jesus.
Oh yeah, I heard it on the radio. I remember when I heard this song first time in the backseat of my mom's Volkswagen. This song blew everybody my age away.
Talking about love.
Oh, when it instead you really got me.
Overplayed song. It's been on every tour. Even Sammy sings the song.
Every cover band when I was a kid played this one.
And it finalized with "Bottoms Up."
Oh baby, from Van Halen 2. Bottoms Up
for the encore. Bottoms Up.
Yeah, that's a great one, man.
And then
you really
encore,
got me.
You really got me. A guitar tone. Jesus Christ. And then, as most Van Halen shows in off the Hide Your Sheep tour, you got Happy Trails.
Okay, yeah, from Women and Children. No, wait a minute.
During the show off stage,
that's from Diver Down
is a
too?
lady by the name of Miss Valerie Bertinelli. So I'm trying to see her as I'm 5 rows back behind Eddie Van Halen.
They bring her on stage?
This was simply the loudest show I've ever been to in my entire life. The buzz in my ears lasted for days. I, in fact, got a little bit worried, thought that I'd actually gone deaf.
That's okay, it's worth it.
The buzz was just killing me.
That's worth it.
Before people even used protection.
It's worth it.
So this was a hell of a...
By the way, I still don't use protection.
Loud. But I tell you, when I think back on this, and I think back of the excitement of seeing my favorite band, the adrenaline rush, the smoke in the arena.
Who opened, I wonder?
Part cigarettes, the stale beer smell.
Was it
crowd,
Autograph?
The sweat. You know, there was nothing in this world I would rather be at that show. If I could go back in time, I'd do it again.
Yes. Did you meet up with the
chicks?
chicks?
He said, "Man, why do you go to these shows? They're crowded. They're sticky. You just watch them on
Van
DVD."
Halen in their prime.
It's not the same thing. Nothing comes close to being a live show, especially when you're a teenager discovering music. You know, and part of this exercise of these shows in the past has really allowed me to kind of think back what I was feeling at the time.
Yep.
You know, it was great.
Yep.
And until today, I continue a diehard Van Halen fan.
Even
First,
with
I'm waiting for something to happen.
even with,
live albums,
Sammy.
No, nothing new. But hey, what can you do? Oh,
Well, Eddie's dead. So
and in case you're wondering, the girl, nothing ever happened. I guess she got pissed.
she never came back.
I can say I saw the mighty Van
Yeah,
Halen.
this guy's a
their
dud. He
prime.
likes Van Halen more than he likes us. Maybe
Rock
they went
on.
backstage with David Lee Roth.
Stay frosty, Michael Butler. No,
Stay frosty,
every day
David
I go to the
Ivey.
office, I happen to go by the same venue I saw Van Halen. So it is kind of a flashback, and you know, I kind of reminisce in those old days. But anyway,
Yes, I look back.
stay frosty. Thanks for everything you do. And and I did eventually see David Lee Roth again. It only took me 30 years later to see David Lee Roth back
Open
in
for-
2002,
open for Kid-
2013. And it was good to see them, but it was only a shell of the previous show.
Yeah, of course.
You know, nothing can compare to seeing
Nope,
Van Halen.
not in his prime. David Lee Roth in his
1983.
prime. Nobody
Their
could touch that guy's front man.
prime of their glory. Well, take care.
All right. David Ivey, thank you for the audio comment. I really appreciate it. I remember driving by my, let me change that. David Ivey, driving by to work, and he drives by that venue where he saw VH on the Hide Your Sheep tour, that fateful evening. Still remembers that show every time he drives by to work. I don't know where he works. Could be the McDonald's. Could be a lawyer. He could be a brain surgeon for all we know. He could be working for the CDC. He could be a member of ISIS-K on the way to the office. All right, what am I fucking talking about? I remember the venue I saw all the shows at, the Jacksonville Memorial Coliseum. They tore that place down about 17, 18 years ago. They blew it up. They imploded it. They put dynamite sticks and imploded the thing. Saw all these shows in Jacksonville, Florida there, man. You name it. I saw Van Halen open for Black Sabbath on Never Say Die tour, Van Halen's first tour. The next time Van Halen came, they played at the Jacksonville Civic Auditorium. Headlining was a theater tour. I saw Peter Frampton Comes Alive tour. I saw Aerosmith on the Rocks tour and several other tours after that. Saw Ted Nugent, Cat Scratch Fever, Double Live Gonzo, Scream Dream, Weekend Warriors. Who else did I see there? Everybody. I saw Ozzy there many times. I saw Nazareth there many times, headlining. Saw Sammy Hagar open for 1 million people at the Jacksonville Civic Auditorium. Saw Skyhooks from Australia open for Uriah Heep there. They were better than Uriah Heep. Saw Kiss on Rock and Roll Over tour there. I could go on and on. If you're my age, friends, you probably saw all the same shows. Just like David Ivey. He's probably a little bit younger than me. When I went, it was mid to late 70s. Oh, what a time we had. First show I ever saw was there. David Bowie on the Station to Station tour. Robin Trower with special guest Ted Nugent on the Free For All tour. Heart, Cheap Trick, Foreigner on the same bill, I believe. Reminiscing. I could go on and on, friends, but then we'll just cry about how rock and roll is not the same as it used to be. But it is still good. There's plenty of good rock. I don't need to tell you, there's plenty of good rock and roll out there. You just have to go look for it. Go to the Rock and Roll Geek Facebook group. Sandy Hyde will turn you on to all kinds of good rock and roll that's out there. All right, friends, thank you for listening. I'm getting a little bit melancholy. This could be the stiffest notes from the Treestand yet, although maybe not, who knows. Goodbye, dear. Goodbye, birds. Oh, the other night there was a black bear on this trail cam that I'm looking at, right there, down there. I'm looking at bear poop, right where I killed that deer. The same night I got that deer, a bear walked up there. This morning there were several jackrabbits. There were deer all there last night, so they didn't miss their buddy. All right, friends, thank you for listening. One more day of the dog days of podcasting. rockandrollgeek@gmail.com. Keep the audio comments coming because I'm going to keep doing this for probably at least 4 more days. And then I'll save them all up for a longer show. We'll see. rockandrollgeek@gmail.com, rockandrollgeek.com, Facebook, R&R Geek, Facebook group. Just got to answer 2 questions, etc., etc. You know the deal. Instagram, Rock and Roll Geek, don't ask. dogdaysofpodcasting.com. Thank you for the donations. Please keep the donations coming because without your donations, this show would die horrible, putrid, stench-filled, aim small, miss small, arrow through the chest, running up the hill with blood dripping out, less than 100 yards away kind of death. Here is Van Halen. I believe Donnie Patterson posted this on the Rock and Roll Geek Show. He was trying to get I think he did get a thread started about your favorite covers. And he said this is one of his favorites, and I chimed in that my favorite cover is Van Halen, You're No Good. But I'm going to play something from Diver Down, since David Ivey called with the Diver Down tour. One of my favorite covers as well. This is a Kinks tune, Van Halen. I will talk to you tomorrow, friends.
Yesterday, is that me or happy It's a rock and roll geek train wreck.